To what map this is going to be on, because so far we've seen two theme parks, we've seen a coastline. I wonder it's going to be like, we've been seeing a lot of
Not
Clubhouse.
coastline.
Okay, coastline's out. I don't know why, but I feel on Clubhouse. Oh, okay.
Nope.
So that's off. Cafe Dostoevsky is off as well. Are we gonna actually play Villa? Are we? Oh, yes, we are.
All right. Well, only been played twice in Latin America Pro League so far. One in the first half, one in the second half. Not by either of these teams. So both teams trying to bring out something to throw each other off. INTZ did have the final ban and decided against the more conventional border. So they obviously have a plan for Villa. You don't just decide to go to Villa over border if you don't have a plan. But again, and Ninja's Pyjamas obviously left this for a reason. So
yeah, understandable. So, I mean, having the Villa in just means that either INTZ are not ready for border, or they have something special, a bit more tactical on Villa. Villa is still a hyper. It's a map that requires a lot of tactical play, so it's very technical in the way that I say it. You need to really know how you're positioning your utility as a defender. If you do that right, then you have a big advantage against the attack, and you really propel yourself forward. Goyo, Womai are going to be huge on this, that's for sure. And there's what people think about this: 86% for NIP. Unsurprising, really, given NIP's performance. Right now, they're rated as the second best team in the world after Invitational. Completely deserved, honestly, seeing them in this spot. So yeah, they're doing well, and they're looking to collect 3 more points, and I don't think there's any way around it. They're definitely the team that's favored by miles in this matchup.
yeah, definitely. I mean, for good reason. I do wonder though if we'll see like a Thatcher Maverick ban, and then all of a sudden Cali being a big thing for these teams again, like we saw earlier, and that could throw off some of the players. If they're not as well prepared, especially to use the CZ, like we saw from Cameraman. So op bans will be definitely critical in determining what ops they're going to be bringing, because the certain defender operators, like you mentioned, going to be a pain. There's the Thatcher. No, it begins.
Suspected. Ban the Maverick. Ban the Maverick and let us all suffer.
Is that what you want?
Yes, pain and suffering. There it is. Thank you so much.
There we go. Here we go. Now you're going to get it. Yeah, this is going to be fun. What will the defender bans be? Probably the usual. There's the Maestro.
Mira. I mean, NIP have good Mira players, so could be that. Could be a Valkyrie. Julio's a pretty good Mira player. You can go for the Echo ban if you want, but it's an Echo. Yeah. Okay. Good. Understandable.
All right. Well, that means you might have to deal with the Mira and no Thatcher. So, Habana likely to be brought some of the time to deal with that. Electric Law or Battery, and becomes very, very difficult to deal with those windows. Julio, having played the operator quite a bit, will 6 pick to it? No, he's going to give it to Pino.
Ooh. So there's the Finca. What in tarnation are you going to play against Aviator Games Room without... Wait, okay, question. Devin, do you think INTZ believe that they're playing Coastline?
Nope, I think Latin America just likes to run in doorways and see what happens some of the time when it comes to this bomb site.
There's a smoke, and you're putting a Finca against it where there's literally 3 doorways to walk into the site. You have no heart breach. You're limited. No Goyo in play at least, so honestly that's your saving grace because it's NIP not doing it. But man, this is... If somehow INTZ survived the slaughter, I don't know. I will agree that I was wrong, and I think that is already a big change from the usual.
Maybe they'll get lucky and kill Kamikaze early, and then it won't matter as much. There's a lot of defense being set up over here on the master bedroom side as well, so they're gonna have their work cut out for them trying to clear that first, and then most likely setting up air jabs once it's cleared to kind of keep it that way.
So how do you take with this, keeping in mind that you have what INTZ is available to them right now? you either take in from bedroom and pressure from there, or you come in and split push between bedroom and the bottom of the office. You come in with a buck. You're able to kind of kill the smoke from below because, well, you have your saw breach, right? So there is definitely the potential in there. You can bring a Zofia or a buck for it, or an Ash. All three operators would be fine for it. You can cook the grenades with drunks, but of course that's just really to finish somebody off and actually get the kill off of them. But NIP is spread so well between the top and the bottom here, and I don't know if you can dismantle them that easily. They're putting a lot of pressure onto bedroom.
The upside for INTZ is they did have a fair bit of intel. You saw the one drone that was in astronomy earlier, had some good visuals on who was playing there and how they were stacking up. So they know there's a lot of players to contest over here in the bedroom, and there's limited positions for them to be in, but the wide peaks helping, and then the C4. Pino onto duds, that's really going to hurt. That's one of your hard breachers down, or not hard breachers, soft breachers. But then the other one gets a kill and then traded back.
So there's your crutch, one down. You're packing in from the bedroom. That's not going to work. VNX will find one more kill. They know where he's coming from inside of the bathroom. Turns around the corner. Psycho knows where he's at, and he's going to activate his ERC. Can fire whenever he wants into that Zofia, but actually it's Vitz to win out the gunfight. It was the Nomad there sitting alone. You could do a lot of damage with the ARX, and somehow the round is actually working kind of okay for INTZ. If they can clear the one player at the top of landing, then you can actually just walk into the site and kind of ignore the smoke, plant right behind the indestructible doors. But you're looking the wrong way. Oh, look at how NIP are playing this. They're doubling up. One C4 will sail and will not connect. Kamikaze can chuck up his smokes, but he does not want his opponents to know where he's at right now and reveal his position a bit too early.
At least there was plenty of time to play with how fast things went down earlier.
So, oh boy, so close. Oh, he's gonna tap, finding the feet, and there's the kill. The fuse is on the floor. Julio with a beautiful kill on a Vitz. The round can just be called right here, right now. VNX is low on HP, but he's coming around the side. And do they know where he is from? Yeah, Kamikaze is gonna confirm. He's got the shotgun out. And the moment the Zofia peaks, that's it. You're down. You're dead. Here's the finisher. NIP is gonna get it done.
Probably shouldn't have been peeking that when he had smokes to delay still, but yeah, it works in the end.
Why use your utility when you got a gun?
Because you can miss your shot a lot easier than you miss the smoke. Plus, then you force him to come to a specific position if he wants to push you. Like if you smoke the door, then you force him to come to that rotate hole where you have the easy 90-degree angle. If you smoke that thing, then you force him to come in the door. And it's just easier to use your shotgun then because you can control where you have to aim. But either way, Ninja Pyjamas win that, especially off of the pick through the drone hole. That drone hole makes 90 such a difficult position for attackers, just because of the amount of kills through there, especially by TCSGs, how good those are on feet. In this case, it was I believe the commando, but still very good tap firing, and then into the down and the kill.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused
So,
by attackers.
success for the defenders. Not a huge surprise given the attacker lineup last round, but it did get a lot closer than I would have expected. Now that they can go to trophy, they're going to be bringing the Wamai, try and slow things down, because they know there's a lot of utility coming in windows and things like that to try and clear, especially astronomy and bathroom. See some shields going up with in addition to the Goyo. So you're gonna have 5 shields in total to play behind here.
Oh my god.
So
Okay. So since Maverick isn't here, can I start complaining about Goyo? Am I allowed?
No.
Attackers must locate
Okay.
the bomb.
One complaint. One.
He has way too many gosh darn shields. I remember when people were saying, "Oh my god, they're gonna bring out this operator that can have these shields that blow up," and I'm like, so he has like one shield or something that's in his utility, or does he have those gas canisters that he can just attach to other people's shields? Maybe that would be a good idea. And then somebody told me like, no, he just has 3 of them and he can put them anywhere, and they're literally the same as the normal shields. They just have this extra thing on top of them. Like, what? You gotta be kidding there, bro. And they weren't kidding.
There is some ways you could change it to be a little more balanced, like take away one of the shields or make the box around the gas canister a little smaller, like the lip of it smaller so that it's easier to hit from other angles. Speaking of angles,
Oh, boy.
Julio with a nice C4 on the windowsill.
Why?
Those bits.
Why do you need to play with a heart breacher on Villa? This is 2020. We don't do that here anymore.
Guess not.
So you saw that angle there that was played by Psycho. He's playing the AUG, of course, on the Wamai. Everybody's kind of in the middle between the MP5K and the AUG. Both kind of have their advantage and disadvantage. So it's a good kit overall. And he has a shield in front of him sitting inside a bathroom, looking down into people in the kitchen. It's a great position to be in, and he can fight against his opponents. You could just keep throwing discs until the round is over.
Well, they got the double shield set up at the top of the stairs. It's always difficult to deal with, even though that's not the bomb site side. They're still trying to push in through study. This is Buck. Fortunately, not long for this world due to the spray from the Scorpion. And now they're going to try and push the stairs. Another ill-advised play here.
Look at the shield. It's so well done. Ash is going to go in, and there's the kill on a Nomad. Duds is going to burn out Pino, so it seems like there's been a lot of kills from attackers by destroying those Goyo shields, and Muzi is set up so well. There's one more collected on VNX, and Drugs is last alive. So on the other side of the map, actually, I'm looking down where the sites actually are, but you can't do anything. You're still spreading out. This is so smart from NIP. This is NIP post-invitational. They are so good, and they're going to double down on you. Psycho will find the last kill. What a close angle held up here. Even destroying his own discs just to be sure. Look at how many of them were around the bathroom. There's just no way you're going to break into this. So well done.
I mean, the longer he can stay alive, certainly the more effective he is. And it's nice to see. I mean, I know there's downsides to the whole idea of charging gadgets and stuff like that you get a lot of them over the course of a round. But it is interesting to see the incentive for Wamai and Legion to stay alive as they get more useful through a round. That, you know, the only thing that used to be considered like that was Smoke, right? Where he's more useful to the round just because of time delay. Same for Echo. But these operators literally get more powerful throughout the round. So definitely played well into that. The fact that he stayed alive as long as he did. Made sure it just got harder and harder to breach. This is part of the reason you don't see Villa played so much in Latin America, of course, is with the constant Thatcher bans and just the inability to deal with hard breaching for a lot of these teams. It's understandable. Now they know that it's going to be a downstairs bomb site because the top two bomb sites were won. So they know they're going to be dealing with either, you know, kitchen dining, which is the more common one, or library. So they're bringing a hard breacher this time specifically to deal with certain walls. It could be to deal with the closet, could be to deal with even if there's a reinforced hatch. But they're definitely bringing the actual hard breach this time for this specific site.
So NIP preparing yet again, and they're playing defense on Villa, and there's a hard breacher. Oh my god, INTZ figured it out. You can play Habana, but how important is the operator going to be for this site? You can sell Nitro, you can play from the top. The whole point is INTZ need that top floor control. I don't think there's any way around it, Habana or not. And if you're unable to pressure into the bedroom and pull the defense away from NIP, you're not going to have a fun time once you get onto the site, if you're even going to get near it.
Yeah, it's hard to say, but at least this is better than them bringing the Finka, which was really just not working out. They at least have the Nomad to help with the roams, but honestly, they might be better off with roam clear rather than flank watch, just because they're having a lot of trouble nailing down individual players a lot of the time. At least not so much for the defenders. You got the Pulse going for play. Might call out for a teammate through the C4, but they've also likely got black guys as well around the map. So a lot of C4 likely to come out. There are at least 4 possible C4s. Oh, nicely done by Muzi. Good flank, and then following it up.
Another double.
He might go for
find a triple. Here. Yeah, he's just dropped into the bedroom. I don't know if Muzi knows this, but wise. He doesn't have information, and he's going to fall off, and he's got Pino giving info. This is so smart here, exercising a lot of caution. RNIP, and they're just looking the right way at the right time. Flashbangs out and won't hit the defender, and you're just going to keep on watching that main entrance. Maybe somebody will also dive down those back stairs, or the main stairs in this case.
Sensor activated.
3 players left alive. Drunk's going to go and activate his drone, as the Pulse is still feeding information aplenty. They know where that Nitro cell is, and The Claymore is destroyed. Oh no, it was not set correctly. The Jaeger is going to be able to roam wherever he wants. This is no bueno. This is definitely no good. Pino still has track. He knows what's going on, and there's nothing being used up here by the attacker so far. Just opening up some holes in the floorboard, but Alamau probably getting information from most of his teammates. Nitro Cell will be dropped off Kamikaze, and Alamau will go down. Very quick revenge here from NIP.
I mean, Pino just sitting there giving out information this whole time is going to make this nearly impossible for INTZ because they're going to focus on this top floor, using that to their advantage. At least not all the C4s are hitting. That's the one thing they have in their favor, but they're not at 100% health right now. They're in predictable spots. They're giving away with the gadgets what utility is left, as well as their positioning. They're forced to drop down into a shotgun. Managed to get one out of it, but they're not going to be able to get very many.
Close to the second.
Stopping the hearts he was just looking at.
And this is the Heartbreak Kid right now, or Pino. The UMP, worst gun in the game, old as heck. Still hitting shots. Well done at range. Beating the ARX 3-0 for NIP here on the defense.
Well, they've been able to do the full tour, the full cycle, as Kix likes to call it. So back to Aviator Games we go. This time they might actually bring out the Black Mirrors. Possibly. There's no 6 pick away from that. But Drunks is also sticky on his hard breach, potentially. Nope. There we go. I say potentially because, of course, both these guys... Oh, no, you were better off with the Lion Drunks. We'll see. I mean, maybe things will change, but so far it's been a flawless fail on attack.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused.
It's too bad they didn't stick on the Black Mirrors, though. Those are very useful on this bomb site. Put them on steady. The old way to do it, it works really well. But I understand they were very successful in their first defense, so yeah. They aren't going to be bringing the Goyo, so they will have limited shields. They will just have the one being brought by Kamikaze, the smoke. And then 3 C4s and a little bit of wire. I like that barbed wire is still mandatory enough in this game for the most part that you almost never see rounds where there's no barbed wire brought. But it's just either 1 or 2 operators, like certain doorways that are critical. Things like that. It's nice to see utility that doesn't really get like fully rotated out of the game, like how breach charges kind of made a comeback. Just this secondary. I am looking forward really to that secondary hard breach gadget that was announced. I believe at Invitational. That sounded pretty cool.
I don't know what it's gonna be about, and honestly, I don't think either of us know what it actually.
No, all I know is what
gonna
they
be.
said there.
Basically, so I don't think you or I or people that asked about those sorts of things, and even if we knew about it, we wouldn't be able to say.
We like to be honestly just as surprised as everyone else.
I agree. It's just when it comes out, we'll just analyze it on our own. That's for sure.
Speaking of which, really looking forward to those replays when those get on the TTS.
Oh my god. I don't know how they're actually going to work. Like, it's going to be a CS or StarCraft style where you can actually download it or send it to someone else so you can have it linked. Like, imagine on our here official Pro League games, under the YouTube VOD, there would be in the description, here's where you can download the replay and add it to your folder in Rainbow Six so you can play it. It would be so amazing, but we just don't know how it's going to work. So I'm just hoping for the best here.
Well, that nade was really
so
well done,
close.
But didn't do any damage for him. Unfortunately, at least they have a buck available since he was banned last match, but not this one. So they will be able to use vertical play from both above and below. But opening these holes could just backfire on them. You see Kamikaze, there's so many smoke players that are so good at just firing downwards through holes because they're often in sight having to do things like this. But does in the meantime finding Muzi early, and he was a big player in a few of these rounds. So, and a great follow-up as well from Drunks, actually making use of that LMG. That's getting picked back up as well. Dude,
a bit slow.
Actually saving him.
It comes out, but Kamikaze actually taps him once just with the smoke there, and the Maverick missing. The Mozzie missing all the shots. Alamau is going to take down Psycho, and it's all on Kamikaze now. Somehow, defense in Aviator Game Room. There's the grenade, well done from Drunks. But Devin, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's Aviator Game Room defense, and there's nobody stacked on the main stairs.
No, the way they were spread out was really getting punished. Obviously, it was a little bit somewhat predictable in terms of the positions they're going to be playing to try and hold off the attack. But, man, just a series of blows they just could not recover from very, very quickly. They got messy very fast, and it just seemed like the angles weren't really working out to the advantage of the defenders. You saw that, for example, the Smoke really trying his hardest to fight down below and just being super limited by the way the floor was laid out in terms of the bars, things like that. Could not find any kind of advantage on his angles. Buck as well was doing a great job moving the positions of the players into more favorable ones, and they were using that for their advantage. We'll see them have a hard breach this time for trophy at least, so that's good. But man, did they make the best out of that attack last round. Definitely some slip-ups though from Ninja's Pyjamas, getting a little overconfident in their defense, a little too spread out. Still think they'd be better off with a Roam Hunter instead of the air jabs. I don't think the air jabs are doing a ton for them. Mostly because they haven't got enough map control a lot of times to get them in good positions to really cover their flank.
That's true.
And I wonder as well, I would imagine that the Wamai discs can catch air jabs as they go, but I don't know if that was tested.
That's such a niche thing. I don't know actually. Let me ask. I know one expert. Let me check if it's been tested.
I mean, I would imagine it probably does, but it would be funny too if it just placed it where the disc was. It didn't actually destroy it. Because most of the other throwables detonate themselves, right? So it's one of the few sort of throwables by attack that doesn't detonate in some way. So I wonder if it would actually just pull the air jab and place it there. I doubt it, but that would be pretty funny.
Okay, I asked maybe the guy's awake and he can give me the info, but usually my main man
on this.
Yeah, I have my main man, my scientist Han Solo, who looks into all of this stuff, so I believe in him. He always shoots first.
Does really expecting runouts here. They're taking their time on the outside, and they're a little afraid of Nip getting aggressive. So there we go. That's where those air jabs are getting set up. You hear them, some of them getting set up now. Trying to prevent some of those runouts, but there we go. Rotate. Just completely anticipated by
Look at this
in a tough
position.
spot. I like that spot up there.
It's so good. I don't know if I've seen it before, but still, Nitrocell is going to be used and nothing on the other side. Psycho cleared out of the bathroom. Very well done here by INTZ. Where was this, like, the past, few rounds? It's taken a while, but still, one soft wall in. What a headshot from Muzi. Clean through. Drunk's taking a lot of damage. That's the power of the TCSG. You know where he is. And go for a quick reload, but you know where your opponents are. The Ella is ready for a quick run out into the bedroom. One of the Gzmot mines is going to be thrown into the bedroom. And you know there's a player on that window. Muzi rotating back up onto site. They know that they lost bathroom, but that doesn't mean that he can't hold it from the top of astronomy stairs.
Definitely going to try to. I mean, they're doing okay here despite the loss of the Wamai, which obviously, again, is not great to lose early on. But they were able to at least take out the Ash. And, I mean, Habana's very close to falling as well, so Drunk's going to have to be careful. He has been playing pretty back, though, in a lot of these rounds. Not over-aggressing, letting his teammates do that. So he will likely survive for a while here. They're getting pretty stalled out and stacked up in the bedroom and bathroom here.
Yeah, if you're going to push in through... Oh, no. Spots the top of the ARX right through the closet. Goyo Shield is going to get picked off, but Kamikaze is unwavering, and drones are getting picked off left and right. 3 players in, left here for INTZ, and make that 2, actually. Alamau far away, but VNX will hit a headshot. Perfect one, actually, into Astronomy. The Goyo will dive down and stay alive for now, saved somehow. But Muzi will find Alamau. It's all up to the Zofia, and I'm pretty sure they know that she's on trophy side. The diffuser is very far away, sitting right outside. No, they didn't. Oh, VNX gonna find a 3K. 2 more players left. It's the ace that he needs, and there's 4 seconds left. But from behind, here comes Kamikaze. He finds the head. VNX is out. And NIP win round 5 to make it a 4-1. These 4 rounds on defense is what you're looking for, basically as... not a minimum, but like your standard, we're playing well on defense.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is considered already a somewhat defender-sided map, and then the bans on top of it really cement that. So, yeah, you definitely need to be winning 4 out of the 6 rounds on defense. Otherwise, you are doing kind of bad. It's like par, right? That's the concept of par for this game. Is if it's a defender-sided map, your par is 4 for your defense. Obviously, Dining Kitchen again. They have done a full rotation twice, but they did lose Aviator at least. Ooh, a cap can sneak in. Doesn't really work that often. but it's always fun to slow them down as much as possible. Might do so more than Mozzie, but honestly, I think Mozzie is a bit stronger. Either way, thankfully, at least you can still get a C4, and so they are going to have 5 available, which is great when you have a pulse. Well, we will also have the mute, at least to slow things down, and it's too bad they're not going to mute Mozzie combo, but this map being a bit more spread out, sometimes it's not going to be as effective, a little bit less choke points, and a lot more ways to get around those. So it's not maybe as effective in some parts of this map, but they are expecting an entry from the Aviator side. So you see Psycho placing 2 of his EE1Ds, sort of late into the setup round, so that hopefully they're not watching, but he does get spotted very likely by Duds' drone right there, depending on which way that was looking, underneath that, I don't know, little chest, whatever it is. Expecting
What chest are we
here,
talking about here? Oops, I did it again. I'm really interested in seeing how Psycho really sets those Kappan traps. I mentioned it, but what was it? Last time we really saw a very effective Kapkan on this map was Fabian. You remember that play day?
Yep.
Where he got like a 3K? Yeah, he got like a 3K with those, and it was just insane. He saved the round when he was already dead, and it was all that was needed. It was actually an insane round.
It's a rare treat.
Best player in the world, no more, that's for sure. Just don't tell him that. Bannerlord streamer. Nitro Cell has already been placed here by the Pulse of all people, and he knows there's one player on the corner, and he goes back to check. Moose in the meantime will come back to try and support through Trophy, and the Pulse will continue to scan. Trying to get the info. 2 kills on the Nitro, and 1 more will get picked up. Julio and Psycho will get 1 each. Sledge and Nomad are done and dusted. NIP looking strong here for a 5-1.
Well, that means no more air jabs set up, so depending on how many were set up, they're going to be a little more free on the roam. That's going to help Muzi, for example, and he capitalizes on it instantly. Dud's now down. So Muzi going to continue his reign of terror as he runs around. Could spot the other players down here in the wine cellar, but nope. Psycho's the one to actually get the spot there.
Are they playing the Captain with a Nitro Cell? That's my question here. And there's the Nitro from Kamikaze. Flawless from NIP. I think they were bringing something like 4 Nitro Cells in the round. Yeah, it works out so well. This is all to bait your opponents into feeling comfortable. Like, hey, there's not much being placed on that top floor. Maybe we should just take control of it and destroy the floorboards and find kills. Whoopsie-daisy. There's Nitro Cells all around us. We're all dead.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they see the Kapkan traps, right? And they're like, oh, they're just counting on the Kapkan traps to slow us down. Nope, there's a Pulse. But to be fair, they were doing really well on Pulse. Whenever they played Dining, it was really very effective, and he was calling out a lot of info for his team, even when they weren't directly leading to C4 kills. That enabled players like Muzi to play around as flexibly as he wanted. We made a little sneaky 6-pick to a cap, it's out. And as well to the smoke. It's funny, so you make that big deal about Mirror not being banned, and then no one even plays it. Everyone just 6-picks off of it.
Attackers need to locate and defuse.
Seeing the smoke will be helpful, I suppose.
Actually, I don't wanna like put anybody in the limelight here in the chat room, but I took a peek of what people are typing in there, and I saw someone complaining that the teams are tryharding.
I hope that was sarcastic.
I really hope so, because that's kind of the point.
This is meant for the sweat.
By the way, for people that are asking also about like the changes, what's happening right now with the game, these are all on the test server. Nothing is live, and as long as it's on the test server, it's not coming out yet. So if you've downloaded the test server, go play it. It's on PC. Check it out. See what you think about it. Give your feedback, and don't just be a 12-year-old screaming at your monitor that Jaeger is now a 2-2, and you're actually going to need to learn how to play an operator correctly. So do that. You'll be fine. But these changes won't be in for a while, if at all. And now it's all about the testing phase. That said, NIP are actually going to bring a Heartbreacher in their first attacking round. They're learning very well here off of what INTZ have done, and NIP obviously are at the helm. There they find the first kill. Pino gets Alamau. I'm not sure if Alamau was trying to peek from the mudroom early on, but that was definitely a big loss here with a Mozzie out and a Nitro.
Yeah, losing the Mozzie early definitely sucks, because he's just a very good roamer overall, especially combined with the Nitro and a super shorty. Usually just very effective at slowing things down as much as possible, but early kill on him, some good efficiency, still within the first minute of the round. Now they just need to get a little bit more map control here. You see Psycho working on that, but as he's switching over to his lifelines, he loses his own. Deads with a nice peek out with that 3-1, not 2-2 Jaeger.
Oh
man,
shot there
another
on
peek out.
Pino. Moose is gonna save the day here, and given the situation, he might be able to actually save his teammate, but he doesn't know if VNX is so close. Oh no, he's right behind him. Is he gonna find the AK? Oh, are you kidding me? Oh my god, thank you. VNX is gonna confirm the kill on Moosey. Both players kind of getting on one another's nerves in that moment, but Pino's at least gonna get picked up. It turns into a 3v3. NIP still have utility, but with Pino low in HP, you're gonna have to kind of deal with that. INTZ, not looking good for this one.
At least they have the crossbow bolts they're able to use here, on top of the fact they actually have the diffuser, so they're not going to go pick that up somewhere. It's not in a bad position, but they're mostly downstairs, and they've got a minute left to actually find upstairs pushes, and Smokes is already stopping them from rotating up. Some holes in the floor as well to be able to play with. The Buck's still alive to be able to open more of those up, but some strong operators left on defense to fight that.
So Julio coming up the top main stairs, shields everywhere, as was already prepared by INTZ, and Kamikaze will dive at the veranda. Finally starting to open up the wall here, and because there was no mute, no mute, no bandit, no cotted, you're gonna open up this wall, no problem. You can go and plant behind that basically indestructible bar, but you need some pressure from behind. And the Capitao is trying to take control of 90. You can't lose the players there, but you're going to keep the player in 90 held back for just a moment. You're coming around on the site. This is the opener you want, but Pino is so low in HP. His last alive. His opponents know where he is. And unfortunately, he's going to be able to tag one player, and he goes inside of the gun vault. And Drunks is going to dispatch some double-out buck right into Pino. INTZ fighting back on defense.
Well, they're going to have to think about maybe bringing some more roam Cleo ops here, because they really struggled in keeping the players where they wanted to be. So, for example, the Valkyrie that rotated around crouch walking, caught IQ out of just focused on the wrong position because they don't really have any intel on where the defenders are playing, and that's working definitely against them. So well played by INTZ, but this is, as we said before, a defender-sided map, so it's not a huge surprise. But the fact that, we went 5-1 on the first half is pretty good for NIP. We'll see the first castle coming out here. This is for trophy. Next level 6 pick there for Moosey as well.
Attackers need to locate and defuse this.
I mean, some good utility on the attack side. They could just do with something that can help control roamers a little bit better. We at least saw the Nomad coming out from INTZ, but not so much coming from Ninjas in Pyjamas.
So there's the castle coming out. We talked about castle so much that, giving him the super shorty is a huge change. I don't think people appreciate how big of a addition it is. Really makes castle way more flexible than he ever was, and
especially with Mozzie possibly losing it, right?
Exactly.
5 seconds left.
And in my opinion, it's a great change. It gives him a lot more flexibility and a lot more options. This is what you want. Give yourself more flexibility as a team and as an op, instead of just making you too much of a one-dimensional operator.
A bomb has been located.
Well, he's definitely going to help, at least in denying some angles. Possibly also work well with the mute jammer, as depending on the positioning and whatnot, you can then deny droning into that area, and there's no way to jump over it with the castle barricade there. And you're not going to easily shoot open the barricade either, so it can be pretty useful. But they are going to be smart and patient this time out, just making sure they drone and catch the positions of players, take map control without getting caught off guard as easily as they did last time. But the mute jammers are making it a little bit harder, but at least there's no Mozzie to catch the drones. There you go, mute jammer taken down so it can drone a little further. Now they've got control of master.
So it's a good play here from Julio. I mean, you might have been expecting a player inside of the bathroom. That's how NIP were running it, right? So there's positions. Nobody's going to be sitting in there. The camera's going to get shot down, and Julio is going to have to throw out another drone to use. Walking in
Crouch
from
walking.
below. I mean, you can get some info on the players above, but unfortunately, it's not really going to give you much in this case. You can't do much with it, that's for sure. Pino's on the rappel here outside of the window. And astronomy directly. Julio goes up for a peek. The information is so perfect. Vitz is down. Drunks, though, will take down Moosey. You'd love to have a Claymore here. Grenade in the back. There's a shield and no idiots to catch it. Yet it's going to go off and fire into the shield here, but you can actually go and plant. It's relatively safe. Just trying to put the players in the nitro cell, sailing a bit too far back. Goyo shield will be popped, but no damage realistically done here to NIP. Grenade, unreceived. Still, the player behind the shield here inside of Marble is sitting pretty on the floor. There's the time to plant. You should be able to hear that. Zofia's going to find 1 kill, and all you do is hold the angle, holding the other one as the buck. Psycho gets 1 more for a 2k, and now it's left on Drunks and VNX. Look at Drunks trying to come in from the side, and it's well placed from the Zofia, and then Pino holding the other angle from the literally other position that they can get pushed by. He's going to find it. It's done. NIP closer and closer to victory here at round 9.
Really great play from Pino. Great use of his grenades to really continue to put pressure on them, destroying their Goyo shields, pressuring them back into the hallway, a classical hallway, and just being able to fight really tight angles very well in terms of lasting as long as he did, basically in sight, even with C4s going off around him, blowing up shields, things like that, still managing to stick that the whole time. And then, of course, Psycho with that 3K. Just those two alone looking so good that last round. Now we go to the library, though, for the first time in this match, and what could be the last round, depending on whether or not Nip can win it. INTZ obviously just trying to do something a little bit different to throw them off. Not sure if it'll work the way the Ninjas Pyjamas are playing, but if they are not well prepared for the site, again, this is a map that doesn't get played a ton in Latin America. So if they're not well prepared to attack library, this could actually work out in the favor of INTZ for 1 round at least.
Potentially the last one. You're bringing out the Rook. I mean, is this Rook just being brought out to deal with the grenades, just to make it a bit easier?
Well, I mean, you see the long angles being set up as well for the walls being opened up of games, and I imagine Rook's going to be playing in there, taking advantage of being able to play with his ACOG. And yeah, the extra armor is certainly going to help, especially with the amount of nades and other explosions and stuff that are coming out. The armor does help with those. Especially since they didn't bring the Wamai to help take care of extra of those. So, I mean, especially when you bring a Goyo, it can help to have the extra armor in case you're dealing with that fire from exploded Goyo shields. It's a minor thing, but it can help.
So there's the IQ just watching. Was there somebody down? There should be somebody inside a piano right now, right?
Attackers have located
Definitely
a bomb.
expected, but you're playing downstairs. Attackers need to take control of the top unless they rush into sight. It looks like there's an opening and they're going to capitalize. There you go, potatoing onto one, but they find the other one is also sitting inside a piano. They're at least going to shut him down for the moment. Going in for the plant, NIP have it all on lockdown. They haven't lost a single player for this. Nitro Cell will sail out and it will hit. It's a 2K. VNX finds 1. And then Vitz for another. Psycho with 1. Pino burning VNX down to death. 3v2 as Dux is on the floor, eliminated, and all onto Drunks with 3 alive from NIP with utility as well. He's got to rotate. He's a clunky boy. And even in Pro League, people don't pick up the Rook plates. Learn that not just in your games at home. A lot of damage done there from the Zofia, but Drunks is still alive. The chunky boy is in, and Pino with the finisher. It's all done and dusted. NIP wiped the floor with intrepidity. INTZ is done.
Certainly looked good that last round. That's part of the reason you don't see that bomb site very often. It's very difficult to defend. You saw how early they were in and starting to plant because of just easy access from that main hall. There's not a ton you could do to fight back except for the C4. That was good that they were able to pull that off and at least stop the plant from going down. Psycho Pino having a great match there, 9 and 10 each, and then